Hey guys and gals, this is Nathan. Welcome to another episode of Comic Coloring 101. This is episode 4, and today I wanted to dive into blending colors before we got too deep into picking colors and all that other goodness, rendering and whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let me explain what I have going on. I just have a regular 8x10 canvas. Doesn't matter what size you want, and it's just filled with whatever color. It's just neutral. It doesn't matter. I just set up these 3 columns, and we're going to practice blending into them. But first, let me bring up my preferences here. Show all. There we go. So I have settings here for my Wacom tablet. And this will be in your system preferences. I believe it's kind of this. I think what you find them like this is on a Mac. On a PC, I think what you go to your preferences and go to your Wacom settings, then it'll pretty much look identical. So this is for my pen, and you want to whatever settings I have. It's not going to be the same for every person. Everybody's going to work differently, and I highly suggest you find a way that you're comfortable with working and what's going to work best for you. So usually you can click on here and it'll tell you like how hard you're pressing, so you get a good feel. So because my hand, couple years, well, not a couple years back, over I guess like 13 years ago, I had to have reconstructive surgery on my hand, so I have to hold my pen totally different now, and I like a bit more firmness on my control. I have this tendency to really push harder now than what I used to. So this is just my settings. The tilt sensitivity, I usually work with my Cintiq. I guess probably at a little bit higher than a 45-degree angle, maybe like 60 degrees or so. And then my tablet at home, it's working flat. So I usually just keep it at normal, and I'm not really depending too much on the tilt. I can easily switch back and forth between my Cintiq and my regular Intuos at home. So yeah, once you find something that works nicely for you, I think you can. If you click on the customize, like when you click on it, it gives you like that path, and you can move these around if you want to. Yeah, I like mine, where it's at right here. So we can go ahead and close that. And the reason you want to do get your sensitivity right on your tablet where it's nice and comfortable, because when you bring it over here and you're using your airbrush tool to color and blend in, it's going to go a lot smoother, and you're letting the brush do the brush and the pressure sensitivity of your tablet or your Cintiq or what have you. That's going to do all the work, and it's so much easier like that. And I'm going to do these. I'm not going to pull up any special brushes or anything like that. It's just going to be these ones, hard edge brush and a soft edge brush. These come custom built. Like as soon as you open up Photoshop, these are brushes that you have, and yeah. So we'll go from there. So I have my bars on a separate layer from the background, and I have the transparency locked. So I could just make a selection here, and let me grab a different color. So I can, just scribble all over it, and because the shape is locked, nothing over here is going to get colored, so it keeps it nice and tidy. I think this first one, what we'll do, just to kind of delve into it, let's pick, I don't know, a couple, like two random colors. Let's just say a blue and a lighter blue. So we'll just fill it with blue. And let's take our lighter blue, and this brush, let's do this one. This is it's just a regular soft airbrush. You can see the size, 300 pixels. There's no hardness to it at all, so it's totally soft. Spacing is about 25% on that. And for my soft airbrush, I never really mess with the opacity settings up here at the top. I'll just mess with the flow. And so you always want to make sure like this little airbrush is checked if this is the way you want to learn. And the reason I do that is like with the flow, I can go to my number keypad and hit say like 5 and see how this jumped to 50%. I go to 9. Now it's at 90%. If I hit 1 0, 10%, or I can hit 1, oops, or 0, sorry. And then it's at 100%. 1 would be 10%, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could see if you want something else, you could push the numbers faster, so like 62% or 60%. So you can just hit 1 digit, and then instead of going over here and like, oh, what percentage did I want? No, you just hit 1 button. So for my soft airbrush, when I'm doing lasso selections and airbrushing into it, I usually do 30%. Works fine for me with my pressure sensitivity. But again, I highly encourage you guys to experiment and try something that works for you as well. And let me see if I could do this on another layer. Because I wish I had a camera set up so I can show you guys. Let me get a hard brush because I'm gonna do some really bad drawing for you. So here's the, oops, let me deselect that. So like here's your drawing surface. What I'll do if I'm going from the most color to, and I'm blending this way into the other, the darker color. And this is my lighter color here. I'll start off with the drawing tool. So like this is the top of the screen and this is the bottom. I'll start off with it at this angle and then you flick it forward. Hopefully that makes sense. So what we'll see is here I'm pushing down and I flick it with my wrist. Flick it, flick it, flick it. And I think, let me turn this shape dynamics on so you can probably see this a little bit better. So push down and flick. So it's kind of like what the inkers do when they want to get like those nice sweet TPs. So you can see where it's a nice sharp point. I don't have that much pressure on it at that point. Most of my pressure is down here, and then as it's going, it's medium amount of pressure, and then less and less and less until there's no pressure on it at all. So hopefully that makes some sense. If not, maybe I'll put a little video together and post it up for you guys to check out. But yeah, that technique is something I learned from using markers, blending markers all the time. So we're gonna use that same technique here. Oops, let me go back to a soft brush, and that's on 30%. And I said, oh yeah, lighter blue is what we're gonna use. So I have a bigger brush, a brush bigger than my selection, and right now my selection is gonna be this rectangle. So the brush is bigger than that, and I'm gonna push and hold it down and then flick. So you're just doing that a couple times. And see exactly it's gonna give you is like here, because from when I was pushing down, it's loading it up, but then when I flick it, it's like less. So it's a good way to practice it, coloring into selections. And you don't want to start. Let me see if I can do this again. You don't want to start in the middle of your selection and then go up. You notice how I was doing it. I was starting down here. Start down here. You know, or if you want to, oops, wrong button. I'll go back up here. Or if you want, you can, say I want to blend it this way. Again, see how I'm over here, and let me see, let me do another little thing right here for you so you can see this. So like this is my airbrush right here. Oops, let me get a yellow so you can see that. Okay. The way that the airbrush works, this part right here is going to be the darkest point, and then it fades out. This is the soft airbrush I'm talking about. So, you know, down here, when you push down, this could be, you know, certain opacity, and then it's going to get softer and softer and softer as you get to this edge. So you want that soft part, you know, to come in over here if you're going to blend it, blend it down. And let's take a look at that again. Oops. Let me get rid of you. Let me go back to my soft brush, 30% still good. So you notice how it's just the tip of that, or the edge of it, is going to go in to the actual shape. It looks like I'm coloring this middle bar over here, but no, I'm coloring this guy over here. So you can see, you know, we'll do the lower opacity because it works a lot better. Let me show you what happens if I go, say, like 100%. You can still blend it if you have that control, but it is a bit trickier. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to do these guys and get that back to 30%. And just practice, you know, over and over again, just blending it. Here's just two colors. You know, let's take this, I'll make it my rectangle marquee back. There we go. Let's take this one. Let's go from a red, and then we'll go, let's see, to an orange. Let's go 3 colors on this one. So again, I'm starting down here, and I'm lightening it up, lightening up my pressure as I flick it, and that's getting this soft edge, you know, to blend it really nicely in here. And let's end the bottom with a yellow. So that's 3 colors. Alright, so the next one, let's try 4 colors. Let's see what we got. Maybe get some greens going or something. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, let's go a little bit darker on that, so we can tell. Oops. There we go. And let's go a little bit lighter. Add some more yellow to it. Yeah, that's good. There you go, even lighter, even more yellow. So there, you know, it still look like 3 colors. Maybe not enough difference in them. So I'll go like that. So 1, oops, kind of clicked on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see, you know, these are nice smooth gradients using the soft brush. So yeah, I just that's all I want you guys to do is, like, for the next week, you know, until our video next week, just practice with that soft airbrush, and then let me show you the hard brush too. This is going to be a little bit more difficult, but if you get the soft brush down, the hard edge brush isn't too difficult. Let me see what this looks like. Oops, that's a soft one. That one? Okay, yeah, there we go. How's this one? Yeah, we can work with that, that's fine. With the hard edge brushes, so you can see how it's like a lot of circles in it and stuff. I might take down the spacing on that a little bit. Just take that down to 2. Right down here with your spacing on your brush tip shape. Let me fill that in with a nice neutral color again. Let me find that. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, you can see how it's going to blend a little bit more smoother. And this type of brush, again, right out of the box in Photoshop, that's all we really did was just take the spacing down to 4. Let's go with a purple for this first one. And we'll just do 2 colors and get this lighter purple going. Second add. Yeah, it stands out enough. Instead of 30% with a harder edge brush, I like to drop mine down a lot. Oops, keep on hitting that button. So this here is down at 2%, maybe we'll go 5%. And it's the same type of concept where I'm going to start down here, and I'm pushing down already right here, then I just flick. So you can see how it still has a little bit of the banding from the other circles in it, but that blends pretty nicely. And another way you could do it, if you're starting off here, off the page, and you can see how hard I'm pushing down. Then as you get more towards the middle, you can start lightening it up on your pressure. You know, letting the tablet work for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Let me do that again so you guys can see it again. So I'm pushing really hard, lightening up, barely pushing at all. So there we go. You see that? Alright, now for this next one, I'm going to show you a little bit more painterly. Let's do a gray. We'll do a middle gray and then like a light gray for our 3 values. I'll go, again, I'm going to push down here with my stylus at that weird angle. Oops. And I'm flicking up. And this, doing it like that, it's going to give us a little bit more of a painted type of look. That's fine. So that's usually the hard edge brush does that for us. So there's our 3 colors right there. Alright, now let's try one with 4 colors. Let's do dark blue. We'll get a middle blue. Let's see. We'll start it here. So you can hear like just flicking it. Right here. Just fill that in. And let's go even lighter with it. So starting off the selection and bringing it in. So and there you go. There's the 3 blends. With the harder edge brush, you can kind of tell there's a little bit of banding going on. But you know, you can smooth that out even more if you want. If you had a even smaller or lesser flow, like 2%, is what I'll usually work at, and you could do the blending a bit smoother. But I just wanted to make sure you guys could see the streaks, you know, where the flicking is happening and whatnot. Yeah, just take these couple techniques. You know, again, I want you guys to practice it over the next week. And this is the type of stuff that we're gonna get into when we're actually doing rendering and coloring stuff out. So just remember, you're gonna start off at that weird angle with your stylus facing more towards you, and then apply your pressure and then flick it forward. So it's like a forward and up movement, and you're letting go of the pressure. I'll see if I can get a video together. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Announcement wise, I did finally start up a Facebook fan page, and the address is facebook.com/lummage1. Lummage was taken by some guy in China, I believe, so I had to go with Lummage1. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description. You know, stop by, hit the likes. When I have a chance to do the video of the flicking motion, chances are I'll post it there. If I do, I'll update. I'll put an announcement or whatever on my DeviantArt, let you guys know, and I'll update the description to have the link for it and everything. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week. and I think next week will be a bit of a mixture between Comic Coloring 101 and Comic Coloring tips and tricks. I want to get into a little bit more talking about color selections and stuff like that. If you like what you see, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Make sure you don't miss any more videos. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.